If you're new here, we're helping my sister Betty renovate her very first home, an abandoned mobile home that was gifted to her so that she could finally have a place of her own. Every week, we're learning new skills as a family and bringing this place back to life. This week, we stepped into something we've never really done before, drywall mudding. And let's just say, it didn't go perfectly. But that's okay, because this is real DIY. And today, we're going to show you how we're moving forward.
I present you, world, Mrs. Sugar Cakes.
Dad, this
You
is
could call her Brittany.
tape. This is what you did.
Yeah,
Work out
Okay.
with you.
and it's hung over a little bit here,
Smile and
but
breathe.
that's a little longer than our. That's a little longer than our.
I think Gage or Nick might have to learn. And, oh, I'm sorry, in this class as well, because
Oh, really?
he don't know what he's doing.
Okay, fine. You can stand here and stare for a few. Go over there.
I'm
and learn.
just kidding.
It's
You gotta
fine.
do this next weekend.
No, I don't.
You're gonna take. You gotta go do a bead.
Mrs. Teacher Lady, how do you mix the mud?
We don't.
Oh, you don't?
It's already.
I need you to go see the principal. Principal Diamond.
It's already.
We're tired of your outbursts.
To
Okay.
the back of the line.
So you got your mud, and you just kind of come down with a bit. It's got to be at least as wet as the tape when you're putting it on there, over your joint. And then you'll take it and you'll line it up to where it's about center with the joint, like so. Can you see Stephanie?
Over your armpit here. So leave a good amount of mud, meaning it's not really thick.
Yeah, it's not really thin. You'll leave a good amount of mud and you'll push it down. And this point is crucial. You don't want air bubbles under your tape because,
I can't.
like I told
What do I
Lyman,
do with what?
air bubbles are the devil.
Broom handle?
We don't like air
Broom
bubbles.
handle?
Stuffy.
And then you just do that, continuing all the way down.
Looks like we were putting the screws on, down and in a different direction to the side.
Yeah, and you don't want it like super thin either. Like right here on this side, I got a little thinner, so I want more mud over there. Because it's got to have enough to like stick to. And you'll get the extra mud off when you go over it over the top. So this part's fairly quick, but no air bubbles. And it's okay if it's a little thicker on one side because when you go over the top of the tape is when you're going to get some of that excess to come off. Make sure you're staying on the line, which you can still see through the mud. Go through the next layer. At the top is when you want to clean up some of that excess mud as well. So go like that. And you push down, but not too hard. Go like that. And push down, but you don't want it to be too hard. And eventually, after this dries, and you do the second layer, you know how there's like the impression where the two joints come together? It'll be the width of that impression. That's the second layer after the first layer dries though. So I got a lot of mud over here and I'm gonna clean it up like so.
Second layers when we feather.
Well, most of your, like, you see how it's impressed right here? You'll end up with like a perfect seam. But feathering is more important on the edges that you guys cut.
The butt joints.
Yeah.
Instead of the factory. But in Liberty they said the feathering was watching those videos, so that's the second. We don't feather now, we put on the feather coat.
You just want to make sure you have enough compound so there's no air bubbles and it is sticking.
And then,
That's-
question. Where's the middle one? I'll show you what.
I wrote the box out.
Right here.
Okay, Lyman said something about when you measure this, It all have to be
So if you look directly above you, you can see where it's compressed.
Yeah.
Eventually, that'll be a perfect seam where your tape
Oh,
is.
see the air. You can't. He said you're not supposed to see daylight through it.
Exactly. But those two joints right there, directly above you, Mom. Directly. Those ones where they cut and you have to. That's where the feathering is more important.
Okay.
And with Gage's room, my feathering is wide.
Oh, okay.
That's where it's a pain in the behind.
So you don't worry about your excess on your edges.
Oh, it comes out when you do the second layer. So like right there some, and you can grab it now and use it down here.
Well, I was looking right here. Up here, you're gonna go like up here. We don't need to worry about that.
You don't necessarily
Is that
have to.
sanded?
Yeah. Cause that,
Is that a bubble? I'm just asking.
no, that's just the compound.
Okay.
So for most of us, this was our first time ever doing drywall mud and tape. So my sister Brittany, who's recently done this to her own place, showed us how to bed the tape into the first coat. And we very quickly learned it's a lot harder than it looks.
Big.
What?
This spatula.
Spatula.
This spatula is way too big to use in the sink.
It's a knife.
Okay, Lana.
Putty
The knife. It's too big. I'll clean it up. And then okay, your turn, Steph. I went halfway. Your turn.
The spatula.
Whatever it is. I call them scrapers, but Lyman told me, Mom, these are not scrapers.
They're putty knives.
Whew. I don't know, Steph, did I get enough? No, I stopped basically right here. I was just cleaning off the. Okay, we need it looked at.
Okay.
Yeah, those wrinkles are pretty bad, right?
Well, those have.
I don't know. Okay, this is my half. This is Stephanie's.
Yeah, but
How do you fix that?
I mean they are pretty. Your second layer will cover some of that.
That was our second layer.
No, it's not. This
Oh,
is
that's the
technically
first
your
layer.
first
That's
layer on
right.
the whole thing.
So the wrinkles right here, though, is that okay, or is that gonna bubble? See these?
It'll get a second layer of glue. Oh, under here isn't enough glue. Or whatever this stuff's called. So when you get something like that, so while it's still wet, you can come in and kind of push it in there.
So don't. I remember they said on the show, be generous, and I thought,
Oh, you were being real generous.
yeah,
right?
but I don't see wrinkles.
I had to
So
turn
like these little wrinkles or whatnot aren't that bad, but when you do this one kind of like pull down.
Oh yeah, I see that. I had to, for whatever reason, it was crooked.
It's fine. I think it looks pretty good, especially but when you do your second layer, it'll help cover these anomalies in the thing. But air bubbles are no bueno.
Yeah.
I'm done. I ain't doing this. I'm not doing it. I'm serious.
What happened?
I'm not doing it. Look at it. It wrinkled on the bottom.
It will.
Like really bad just now, Steph. Look.
Hold on. Oh, here, go like this.
And
Yeah. So what I do, because mine was wrinkly over there, right? I just take the back of my pinky right here, and I just go down the middle of the paper. Here.
How's it going?
No. No.
Why are you doing the roof, Mom? I thought you
Because
were
I'm
doing
using up the putty because I can't do this.
she quits.
Basically, do you see my strip lining? It looks horrible.
It's fine.
No.
That's what I said.
And then,
Mom, I thought you weren't doing those.
oh no, you freaking messed up.
You don't like the paper? It's
I
easier.
don't like what it did. It wrinkled on the bottom.
It's not gonna matter. It's gonna be covered.
That's what I tried telling you.
Who did this one? This one's beautiful.
Shut up.
I did that one.
We did not. My sugar cakes did.
So one thing to keep in mind, this first coat isn't about perfection. It's about locking in that tape so the cracks don't show up later.
I'm well aware, but it's still no bueno.
Yeah, she knows the rules.
I told you.
You came off of the. You couldn't go straight.
I told you it's not.
They look fine. Once we sand, it'll be fine.
That's for me for later.
Sanding?
No,
Huh?
no.
What?
Snack box hunting.
I'm having a peek.
Yeah, because you can't really.
Yeah, because she's graduated.
Don't have to wait for Lyman. It's rolling.
Okay.
He was outside the window.
Okay. Ready? You got your measuring strip. You're gonna start with mud on your trowel. And you just kinda. It's okay to have excess. The more mud, the less likely for an air bubble. You want to make sure you have a lot of mud underneath it because you don't want those air bubbles. Those will shine through your work when it's all done. And like when you paint, you may be able to see them if they're not taken care of when it happens. You'll want to make sure that the mud is wider than the tape. Otherwise, the air bubbles. Eventually, when your second layer is done, your whole mud will be about yay wide.
They left me alone.
The cabinet's gonna fit out here. It wasn't.
Okay, how's that? Does that look alright?
I need to know how tall it is.
I need somebody to check my work.
Did you see what wire?
I don't know. The bottom I wasn't sure how. Like it was like
I know, I get the
the
mud.
bottom
What
was
cabinet it is? If
left the trunk down there. I don't know.
it could be in that.
It seemed okay. I started
This
around
is all
here.
right too. Don't worry about it. It's sand box.
But then I started touching the ground, so I took the
You gotta
nasty
get-
stuff
yeah,
off.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I did bring a roll of paper towels for that.
There's still possibility.
I just used my excess piece here.
Also-
but-
They realized they asked me, and I'm gonna verify it with you.
I brought you a fresh thing, a clean one, because I'll have to clean mine up, but I
And
don't
don't
know.
forget, there's a
Standard.
maybe a patch at the top.
I think
How's
it's
that
really
look?
good.
Yeah.
Looks good to me.
I struggled once I got to the bottom. It was kind of hard to like go this motion down, and then like the end. I was at the end of the
I know, and then you hit the
blade, and so then I came side to side.
How'd she do?
Really good.
I want to see. The color's weird
I
in
only
here.
did the bottom half. You can see where I started in the middle there.
I think it looks good.
You're in this
Yeah, that's shadow. It's actually pretty good.
Piece.
You
looks
did
really
the
good.
top half.
How's that closet coming?
So, while some of the mud was drying between coats, I had to jump over to finish framing in Betty's entry coat closet, and then I followed that up with the girls' small bedroom storage over the furnace and then their closet. So for Monday and Tuesday, that was the next big goal, was to get some of these closets framed up and prepped so that we can get the drywall mud on those too. It's a perfect thing to do while we were waiting for the mud to dry.
So trying to build a wall with drywall on it so that it can go around the furnace. I can tell you guys, this is kind of tricky. But it's about the only way I could have pre-planned this so that we know we've got the drywall inside the furnace compartment. Here up, there's going to be a top to the furnace up inside here instead of way up there, and then Above will be built as just a simple, small closet for this room. Sorry, I'm out of breath. It's a heavy little wall. Got the concept. It's something like this, I guess. Still need to put the drywall up in between there. That needs to go there, but it's kind of how some of the new homes are built, like at Marlette and other locations, Fleetwoods. They build some of the walls with drywall already on one side and stand them in place, and then the person only has to do the opposite side. Down here, and 2 of these at the bottom. That'll get that part done. Then I have to build the top that's going here with the drywall on it and set it inside. Yeah, that'll be the basic concept of this. It still needs wood product put here, completed, the drywall floor piece that's going to go here. So the bottom side will be drywall, which will be the top of the furnace. The top side will end up being wood of some kind or something clean looking. That way the girls can have a nice shelf here and maybe another shelf here, so they can use this space as well as the space behind you, which used to be the water heater. We've decided to turn that into a closet as well. And this location here that's almost completely done used to be the water heater, and we decided to turn it to a closet also. So I still got to get a board that goes across here, and then get that drywall up. We'll make the bottom piece there. Therefore, this is the closet, and then of course the opposite side of this room was the bathroom for the girls and everybody. So kind of how we decided to do just some minor changes to it to kind of give it its own storage space. This room is really small, even though the girls will probably only be here between college and stuff like that. This should work for them.
In between layers of mud on Thursday was just another day of prepping. Here, I worked on getting some of the outside corners everywhere we needed them. The front window, the closets, everywhere. Basically, we wanted a stronger corner. We already had found doing the paper corners was kind of soft and a little more difficult for us, so we opted to go pick up some vinyl corners, use some 3M adhesive, spray the corners, and you just adhere them on. Then you basically just have to fill them in with mud and slowly blend them to get a nice clean corner. So Thursday was spent mostly working on getting all of that prep ready and continuing to sand and fill in spots that we found. Before installing some of these corners, one of the things you want to do is make sure they come out to a 90-degree edge or less. So any of the drywall you have that might be lapping over one direction or the other, take the time to cut that off. Even if it's less than perfectly 90 over, it's going to make the installation of the corner just go a lot easier, especially if you're using the 3M corner bead adhesive like I used for this. Don't worry if it's overcut, that corner bead's going to take care of a bunch of that.
Now let's be honest, we aren't professionals. But the goal was to bed the tape. It's not the greatest. It's not excessively horrible either. We're gonna end up having to knock spots like this down. Quick little light sanding before it gets the next coat. But after a good sand job, it's definitely going to be nice and ready for a wider coat as we start blending these in. But so goes how it works when you're doing this DIY style. None of us are professional drywallers. For some of these spots, we're using hot mud where we have to, large gaps, things we want to dry faster, etc. Pretty simple. Measure it out as per the package. Right now I have 1.5 pounds of powdered product and 16 ounces of water. So that's the ratio that it's got for the Silver Set 40, which means we have between 30 and 40 minutes to set this product in place before it starts hardening. It's great when you're in a hurry. It's great for filling the gaps because it's not going to crack out the same because it hardens faster. It's simple. Put your clean water in. Mix. Looks about right. The consistency of frosting. Have a water bucket set aside so you can just go ahead and toss this in it because it'll harden on this as well. If you want it to stay clean, you just spin it in the bucket once. You can use directly out of the bucket of choice, or you can load it up. In your mud bucket or on a hawk, either way. You really see the consistency there, literally frosting. Again, have some water available, toss it in there so that this doesn't harden up so easily. Because this is a special setting compound, it hardens faster. It also does harden harder, so I don't recommend it for things like these. But spots here where you've got a gap of 1/8 inch or more, it's great to use this product to pre-fill before you actually do the joint with your joint tape. You just want to squish it in there because your joint compound, your mudding compound, dries slower than this and has more opportunity to crack. And you can see I just went ahead and squeezed it into the joint. That'll be hard in about 30 minutes. Try not to mix more than you need. Just so that you're not wasting product. Now you don't have to get dead perfect, but the more you have off, the easier it'll be if you did need to sand or scrape something off. And you don't have to perfectly fill that gap either. The main goal is to get some up there so that it hardens up quickly, and then we can go ahead and tape these joints. You can see, I don't know if you've ever tried before, it kind of goes on the same way as drywall joint compound, just thicker. If you end up with a really small crack, it'll be fine. Because again, this is to harden up before we'd actually do this joint, where it's just over an 1/8 inch. So you just have more opportunities for it to end up cracking out on you with your standard drywall mud. Again, this product is not about perfection. It's about filling a gap and not leaving so much behind. So that we don't have so much to clean up later when we go ahead and fill this with the standard drywall mud. So, it's fast moving, but all in all, that's not too bad. I got a couple more of those to do.
And I need a pencil to circle this.
That's when you put it on the thing somewhere. Leave it on that stand.
Because there is some thickest.
The discussion that already said that over about green.
If the screws are done right, they won't need a third coat.
Here you go.
Why did this happen? Why did this happen? I want to know. I'm learning. Come here. Why did this happen?
That's a miss. Somebody put a screw there and missed and it had to move it. That's what this one's too.
Okay. What about this? That's way over.
Same thing. This is where Beach was. Remember Beach called when we were eating dinner and said she couldn't find out what was wrong with the screws? This is where she was zipping the screws in.
But they got little holes to stand it out. So is that what you're
That's
finishing?
just buttoned up for it already.
How about the back to the
That's
skins?
more than good.
Huh?
If you can't feel it with your finger, it's good.
I can feel it. My
If you
finger.
can feel it, then it means more candy.
It's not standing. It needs more
Yeah.
study.
That's no.
This
You're
right here?
It's gonna keep doing the same thing. Yeah, I'll show you.
It's a dip in the
I
wall.
will show you.
You've got to show me something on this wall. Brittany? Oh, it's okay. That's an auntie. Just one
So,
of those
Mother.
aunties. Sorry.
Remember when you were covering these? Instead of doing something sticking out, that's what this was for. You have to push it in and then fill it. So you have to use the back of this to push them in. You just never got it. You see, Bill, now it's an indent, not an outdent.
Look at this. Okay, put that.
Indent, not enough then.
Not even on it.
No, it's already an indent.
But how come it's sanded? I just barely sanded it and still got a hole.
So it'll get a little bit of mud, but that's what this is for. You just
It's like
touch
lucky
it.
dishes.
You just touch it and
Like
roll it on one of these
From-
corners.
I think the
That's why
don't
these have
like.
this one back.
Really?
Yeah.
So you can
Like I do
roll
mine?
it from the
I
corner
do it.
and push it in and then fill it with mud.
Really? I do it.
She'll do that.
I do that.
I do that. Oh, look,
She
Steph.
does them all the time. What? I know I saw that.
Circle that. Here, I'm gonna put the. Here's the pin. Can you see it?
It's full.
I pushed her into the.
Yeah.
Circle.
And then you gotta look for spots that were boo-boos anyway. Because, you know, some of this drywall had boo-boos already, like this.
Okay, don't worry about the
Don't look like it's
because
got
we're gonna
poof
put
on
trim
it.
above that. When we paint the ceiling,
No,
then we're
this
gonna
is
trim it.
ground.
They do need
Ew.
these ones. Johnny, you can do it out of here. I know, here we are. Circle, circle. That's gonna happen. But notice what the guys.
You want to circle this one?
Sure will. It lets the guys know what to do with the finishing stuff. Fire does. Yeah, it's okay. Looks good. I'm gonna get on the liner. We got a few down below. The ones on the ground are really hard.
If you're a professional drywall finisher, please don't look too close. But if you're a homeowner trying this yourself, this is probably exactly what yours will look like too. Every step, just like this, gets Betty closer to having real walls, paint, and a finished home. Even the messy learning steps like this. This week wasn't flashy, but it was a big learning step for almost all of us. We're figuring out drywall one coat at a time, and every step gets Betty closer to a finished home. Next week, we'll start building these coats out and getting things smoother and looking better. We're not professionals, but we're all here doing our best for Betty. Thanks for sticking with us through the messy parts. That's real renovation. And remember to tell yourself, I can fix that.